Hey y'all, welcome. I'm finally on this channel. Don't mess it up. We're live. Don't mess it up by asking the wrong questions. I'll go right back to the other channel. All right. Welcome. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I'm gonna let a few of y'all get up in here, click the like button, say hello in the comments while I do a little mini haul from Jackson Vaughn, Curators of Daily Rituals. Okay, so I went shopping over the weekend. Let's see what I bought, shall we? Okay. Hi, y'all. Okay, let's see what I bought. Okay, first of all, I got some matches. Hail Mary. Okay, Divine Feminine. Then I got a bunch of candles from Jackson Vaughn, and they make really good candles. So we got Houston. We got the candle that smells like Houston because got to represent. It says rise early, work hard, and strike oil. Okay, so this is that money. I know Houston is represented with oil and money. Okay, handmade candle from the Lone Star State. It smells good. I smell magnolia in here. Y'all know. It's good. It's very planty floral. Very bougie. Smells like a magnolia. Love that. All right. Let's see. I also got another candle. This one is called Austin. All right. We got Austin up in here. It says, kick off your boots and stay a while. All right. It has a little guitar on it. These are all the Texas cities. This one smells good. This one smells like patchouli, because y'all know them Austin people are a little weird. Keep Austin weird. It smells like patchouli and flowers and really nice. So Austin is like the weird capital. And then we have, this is the last candle. We got Hill Country, which is kind of like close to Austin, where all the hills and stuff are in Texas. And Hill Country it's like a whole another country, because like you could drive for days in Texas and still be in Texas. And this smells good. This smells like wood, like cedar wood, like outside, like a fresh breeze. So this is very nice. I would say this is more of a masculine one. So Hill Country is nice. It smells like cedar forest or something like that. Nice. And so I got my candles, got my matches from Jackson Vaughn. They also sell Palo Santo, sage, all that kind of good stuff in there. If you like, get your sage, Palo Santo, Rose of Jericho. They sell all that kind of stuff there too. It's like a bougie candle shop. You know what I mean? For the bougie. Thank you, MM. Thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle. Okay. Anyway, so I wanted to show y'all what I've been reading. But before I show you what I've been reading, I'm going to show you what you should be buying if you haven't gotten it already. My book. If you don't have this book, what you doing? You better put it in your cart. It's linked at the top, and I'm going to link it again right here. Now, this book I wrote in 2020. How to Manifest with Magic and Dark Cosmic Energy. Magic, Science, Manifesting, and More by ShERA Goddess. Okay. This is my best-selling book, believe it or not. Out of all the books that I've written, including my Sprinkle books, this is my best-selling book. This sells the most out of all books. Okay? Ooh. So, it is an interesting guide on how to manifest using dark energy. And if you don't know what dark energy is, I break it down scientifically. Okay. You know, thoughts, waves will materialize, manifesting with dark energy. We have a little chart over here explaining what dark energy is, what plasma is, all this kind of stuff, states of matter. It goes into science, magic, and manifestation. I wrote this exactly how I speak, so it's very easy to understand for anybody who is new or, you know, not really well versed in certain vocabulary. There's spells in here, there's science in here, there's all kind of stuff in here for everyone. Whether you're a scientist, a witch, or into manifesting, you'll find something very useful in this book. So please go check it out. Thank you. You said CIA. Oh, we got a crazy one in here today. Welcome. We love you too. I've been doing too much research, I see. When you get into that mode of, what you call it, overconsumption of information, you turn into like a weirdo, but that's okay. You too will be fine. All right, so what we're reading, Magicians of the Gods by Graham Hancock. I just ordered this on Amazon like maybe 2 weeks ago, a week ago, and here you go. Y'all need to pick this up. It's basically like Ancient Aliens in a book. So it gives you a lot of history. There's photographs in here. If you love Ancient Aliens and symbolism and all this kind of stuff, this is a good book for you. It has history in it. It has, you know, a lot of good stuff in there. If you are one of these types of people, it goes into stuff like that. So I like these types of books. And I've been reading them before I go to bed. Very interesting. I love the photos and pictures in them. A lot of them are symbolic. If you know, you know, you can figure it out. Okay. And the next book I'm reading, I'll be reading books at the same time. So, Plasma Consciousness and the New Human Potential and New Force by Dana Kipple. Now, I read this, and it's a very easy read because it reads like a person would talk, but it has, in my opinion, I mean, I like the book, I like the information, but in my opinion, you know, I like to cut straight to the chase and get the information out and get in and get out. But, you know, when you are someone who likes to have a thick book and you have to over explain everything, which is good for people that don't know a lot about things. I already know about plasma consciousness and all that stuff, but for a beginner that knows nothing about it, I definitely think this book is good because it goes into great detail and over explanation about a lot of things in layman's terms. I like to get straight to the point because I kind of already know a lot of stuff, but for, like I said, a beginner, this is really good. And there's pictures in there, graphs. It goes into spirituality. It goes into consciousness. It goes into science. It goes into basically the same thing as this, but in a thicker form with more explanation in science. So it's kind of like this, and I know this was written way before this, but with more filler pages and pictures and science, and it goes into like the stuff that I only mentioned. It goes into detail. So I kind of think like if you bought both of them, you'd really understand it in a more substantial way. Okay, so it goes into the dimensions, all that kind of stuff. So definitely it's a good thing to add to your list. And I do have all my links in the description bar. So I have like books that I recommend and spiritual items that I recommend. It's also linked in the description bar in the box. So if you pick it up, you'll pick it up. Thank you. So I've been reading that. I re-picked up one of my favorite books, Completing Guide to Alchemy. I like to read this every couple of years because I always gather something new. Okay, so I like to read this every couple of years, let it sink in, get the information, apply it, and then come back and read it when I've gathered more wisdom and knowledge. And then I reread it again. And when you have books and stuff like that that you can reread and get new things out of, see new things that you didn't see before, it's because you're growing. If you reread a book and you don't see anything new or anything substantially different, you might not be growing mentally or spiritually. So that's why it's good to go back and read things. Links are in the description. Okay. When you click on the bottom of the video and it says da, 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 dot, 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 click on more, or it says dot, 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 all the links are in there. Yes. All right. Y'all know how to work YouTube, baby. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. It says books I recommend, spiritual items. Click on that. All the books that I just talked about are in there. Then there's one with just my book. Then you can get directly to how to manifest with magic and dark cosmic energy. Okay. So that's what I've been reading. What are y'all reading? That's what I read before I go to bed. Plus books, baby. Ancient alien type books, manifesting books, alchemy books. Okay, that's what I read because that's what I like to read. Everything else, you know, if I read something fictional, I'm always reading something non-fictional at the same time. Non-fiction at the same time. Oh. Thank you. Yeah, I'm back on the channel. How are y'all? You should read the movie The Housemaid. The book. I seen the movie. It's quite interesting. Yeah, I already saw the movie. You said, what do I recommend for those who are confused in life, too afraid to take action from being clueless? Learn. Start reading. Learn how to manifest. Learn how to manifest, and that's a good start. Make a manifestation journal. Write down everything you want. Paste pictures of everything you want that you're working for, and stay positive. Don't do anything that doesn't lead in the direction of those things that you want. That's what you do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It said how to be patient while waiting for manifestation to work. It's not about patience. If you manifest out of desperation, that's why you're waiting. You need to manifest on a daily basis just because. Just like y'all talk and do stuff just because, that's how y'all need to be manifesting, not in desperation. When you manifest in desperations with no patience, that's why it don't work. That's why y'all need to get this book. Okay? Y'all need this book because this is going to teach you how to manifest one of the most powerful ways using dark energy and cosmic energy. But at the same time, you're not manifesting out of desperation. You're manifesting out of creation, not desperation. Think about it. When there's an artist that wants to create something, they're not creating art out of desperation. They're creating art because they like art. Art is in their blood, in their body, in their being. You understand? They walk, talk, and breathe art. They're an artist. If you're using magic and manifestation out of desperation, that's why it don't work. You can't do nothing in desperate energy, but be desperate and collect more desperation. So you got to do it because you feel like, oh, it's a nice day to manifest. That's a nice car over there, even though I have a car already. Maybe I can upgrade my vehicle. If you're manifesting out of poverty mind and desperation, or out of desperation for someone's attention, that ain't gonna work. You know that. One of your videos, you mentioned taking wormwood. Why does it have such bad rep in the Bible? Because I don't read the Bible unless I'm using it to decode. Wormwood causes hallucinations. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They actually outlawed absinthe a long time ago because it was highly potent, and they called it the green fairy, and it causes hallucinations. And it also magically is connected to the spiritual realm. Okay. So that's why. Okay. But if you practice magic, if you understand certain things, you understand how to use it properly. Okay. I had my bottle of absinthe for years because I only drank it on certain occasions and only a little bit. Okay. If you go to New Orleans, there's absinthe bars there. You get some. Don't drink too much though, because you'll have some strange dreams. Besides your book, what are the best science-based books on spirituality? I don't have a list of all of them except on that link that I have linked and pinned in the. Let me just get it for y'all because I know y'all's going to ask. It's the first or second link in my description, but y'all don't know how to use YouTube and click on the links, so I guess I have to go get it for y'all. Hold on. I don't mind. Let's see. It's going to take a second though. If y'all knew how to use YouTube and click on them links in the description, you could have it right there in your hands. Okay, well let me go ahead and get it for y'all. Y'all spoiled from social media. Back in the old days, people know what clicking the link, the description meant back in the old days, y'all. Hold on, let me find it. Here it is. Share. Okay, here we go. You found, I know. Okay, good for you. I'm going to link it for those who are too lazy to go click on it. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's books I have written. Okay, that's my book, and then I'm going to link you to all the other stuff that I recommend, spiritual books, as well as spiritual items on Amazon, I believe. Yeah. All right, there you go. You got all the links you need right there. You said, what's up with the world? You mean all the stuff that's coming up from 20 years ago? That's old news. People have already been there, discussed that, talked about it, and they're done. You know? People are just trying to emotionally trigger y'all with old news that people already know. That ain't nobody gonna do nothing about. Because people are blackmailed and there's money involved. So who cares? They're just trying to trigger y'all. It's always a certain time of year when they try to trigger y'all and it be working. That's old news. It's already been said and done, but it's a good thing that people now are listening, but they should have been listening when it was irrelevant and not too late. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. All right. And y'all, I don't look at stuff as spiritual warfare. It takes two to have war. It takes people it takes more people. There's no war if you don't acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are irrelevant, and social media people are becoming more relevant, and no one's looking at those old geezers anymore. They're losing their power, and so they have to drag up stuff from the past 20 years ago to put it back in your face to make you think they have some type of power, when most of the men that are named and all this crap have micro penises. Okay, we know that's the real problem, little PP energy. Okay, so the divine feminine is here to return, and they're feeling inadequate. Women are getting way more views and content. People are getting millions of dollars on OnlyFans, and these geezers is drying up. Okay, so welcome back to the divine feminine. We already told y'all what was going on. Micro penises can't do nothing but stupid. All right, done. Next. Go look it up. Everything I just told y'all was the truth. Every person or elite you're supposed to fear that working with the micro. Everybody that's mentioned and you're supposed to have some type of feelings towards and anger is micro. Go look it up. It's out there. It's the micros. That's they need to rename them. Instead of the elites, they need to rename them the micros. All right. Ain't no elite micros out here. Elite micro. I'm sorry. It's just funny. Okay. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And look, let me tell y'all another thing. A lot of people y'all have been told to not like are actually undercover. But they can't say nothing. They undercover. All right. Maybe if you know, you know. It's hot. I have to take off my jacket. Okay. Hi. Okay, y'all is feeling everybody's tea. Y'all are silly. Yeah, it's a little hot. I gotta drink my little drink. This is a protein infused water. You said, how does Beyonce become a Beyonce? How many hours do you think she practices? Girl, why are we talking about that? Like you practice and you become what you want to become. Mhm. Consistency is key. That's true. Consistency. What? I'm telling y'all. Okay, listen to me very carefully. Now listen closely. If you're told what to think, you're not thinking at all. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. If you are given your opinion and it's biased, you are being groomed. If you can't see things with your own eyes from a higher perspective and understand why it's happening, you're not thinking. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all are just being told and groomed on what to think and believe. So therefore, when you guys have conversations about people or certain things, y'all aren't talking about nothing but what they want y'all to talk about. You understand? So if you follow the money and you follow the higher vision and you ask yourself, why are people doing certain things? You'll get your answer. Okay. You got to ask why. Like Michael Jackson said, if they say why, do. You got to ask why. You'll get your answers. Keep asking why until you get to the end of it. There you go. That's it. Why are y'all asking me how many hours a day does Beyonce practice? Y'all need to ask Beyonce that. I don't know her. I don't know how many hours a day she practices, baby. Do you want me to call her up? Let me see. Oh, I don't have her phone number. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Any astrology or cardiology books or tips? I love you, by the way. Ooh. The Nazca lines. Ancient alien books are good for that. Yeah. Right here. You don't need a book on cardiology. You need an ancient alien book. You need to understand what it is first. Okay. Like I say, you got to see from the higher perspective. And it's more than cardio. It's more than cardiology. Cardiology. It's more than whatever that thing is that study maps. Okay. It's more than that. It's about energy and ley lines as well. Mm-hmm. So you got to study all of that. It's about symbolism. Like, for example, this is all symbolism right here. This is an energetic formula. Okay. This is not a statue of an ancient god. This is a formula based in energy and information. Okay. It's a formula. It's an artistic formula. It is not. Do you understand? This would be the equivalent to like an emoji sentence back in the old days, trying to tell you something. Okay, so that's the best way I can break it down for y'all. This is the equivalent to an emoji sentence in art form, giving you information. It's not this. Okay, so if you understand electricity, if you understand plasma, if you understand the 4 states of matter, you'll understand this right here. You see feathers, you see fish, water, scales, you see battery, you see veins. You know, why do they have the veins showing? Why are the veins prominent? Why is there a pulse Fitbit on his arm where you can visibly see the veins? Okay, why are the veins prominent? It's about the plasma, the energy, the flow of the human body, the electricity. Feathers carry plasma. Okay, y'all know that. That's why they use feather dusters to collect the dust. So you can be dust free over here. Okay, and then the fish is the water, or the water animal. You need plasma, you need electricity, you need water, you need air, and you need gas in order to create plasma. Okay, and this is basically this little contraption that they're carrying is a power source, like a battery. Okay, and you can see something wrapped around their arm too, where there's another vein, large vein. Okay, and then on the back of that fish, it's like a cross. So when you're crossing through the ionosphere, that's why you have like the plasma, the clouds, the lightning, the ionosphere, or the firmament, y'all call it. That's all that can pass through. Okay, so it's like this is the formula. It's not an actual person wearing a fish costume. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Where have I been? On my other channel, girl. Thank you. Venusian Dream. Sprinkle, sprinkle. This book is linked. It's called Magicians of the Gods by Graham Hancock. I'm gonna link it right here. There's all the little Amazon books and stuff I'm gonna be mentioning, and spiritual items and all that kind of stuff for your pleasures is linked. Okay. Anyway, here it goes. It's also in the description bar if y'all miss it on the live. So when I'm looking at stuff like this, I'm decoding this whole entire outfit. Okay, his fashion is science. It's a scientific formula. When I see stuff, I see the stuff what it's supposed to be, not what some dude in a fish costume. Okay. But that comes when you study certain things, and then you'll see it. Like, let's say you don't know, you're looking at a dude in a fish outfit, right? But let's say you study cosmic energy, dark matter, you study the plasma, you study the 4 states of matter. You study that first. Okay, that's science. Then you see something like this, and you be like, oh, well, feathers, points. You know, you're gonna figure it out. So, and certain structures from above, like the Sphinx. Let me show you here. Certain structures from above, like the Sphinx in Egypt, does not look like a Sphinx. It looks like the male anatomy. Okay, just look it up online. You'll figure it out. The female anatomy here. A cave right here. And a lot of ancient structures and stuff that they're putting in these books are letting you know a lot of things about a lot of things. Okay. Feminine energy, masculine energy. Of course, you know, states of matter, consciousness with plasma beings, all that kind of stuff. In ancient Egypt, they always passed some of the DNA or the genetics or the plasma to the next pharaoh or, you know, queen from the last one. You know what I'm saying? So that they can have a little bit of that in them, you know, and they used a copper jet unk to use an electrical charge to push it up their nose, okay, because plasma is breathed in through certain and straight to the brain. So they also do this in a lot of like occult practices, but they use blood instead of that method. Some of them use the plasma method still, and some of them use blood because it's easier. Okay. If y'all saw that movie Him with Marlon Wayans about the football and all that kind of stuff, they were using the blood from like the former quarterbacks that were great and passing it on to the next quarterback, and they were infusing the last quarterback's blood into the next star quarterback, and it was kind of like a whole ritual and all this kind of stuff. A lot of people do that. That's why they also practiced cannibalism, because they thought that if they ate certain body parts that would have their plasma or their DNA in it to fuse with theirs and to give them certain powers and insight and all this kind of stuff. So this is why a lot of the stuff is happening that y'all see in the media today has been going on forever. Okay. So thank you, Growing Mindset. Appreciate you. Sprinkle, sprinkle for being a new member. Thank you. You said a lot of bots in here. Yeah, girl. This channel brings out the cuckoos. Anyway. I can always come here and have a good chuckle sometimes with these comments, some of them. Thank you, Siren Sprinkle. All the books that I ever talked about are in this link right here. Just scroll all the way down and all the way through. Every book that I've ever mentioned on this page, from the beginning of this page, most of them are on this link if they're still available. All right. On this link right here, every book that I have ever spoken on is there. Okay. I have made a collection of them over the years for y'all. Okay. Over the years of this YouTube channel, I have compiled all the books that I've talked about ever since I was able to on that link. So, and if you find a video of me reviewing books or talking about books, most of the time, the links are going to be in the description under books or spiritual items I recommend, or by title of the books themselves. Okay. You said it's hard to find the moon tree, though. That's because that's an old book, girl. I found it online. You can find it. But I found one in a used bookstore, and it was super cheap. So check out your used bookstore occult section if you can't find one online. Okay. What the heck? All right. What the heck? Oh, you know, I am so psychic. I know who this was texting. Like, I was literally thinking. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Sorry, y'all. You said people sleep on the used bookstore. Yes. If you find the old occult books from like the 80s and the 70s, and that's the good stuff. All right. That stuff that they're writing today, they leaving a bunch of stuff out. All right. I have a bunch of old occult books that I'm probably going to be going through sometime this month or next month. And I'm going to probably share them on the channel eventually, because yeah, I'm going through all my books and stuff on my bookshelves and seeing what's what. Okay, what? Sending love to the people suffering in this world. People suffer every day. Send love every day. Okay? People been suffering since the beginning of time in all parts of the world. Since you were born, throughout your life, and after you die. So, send love every day. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, how do prophets work in the religious sector? They just be telling stuff gonna happen, and it happened. You believe them if you do. If you don't, you don't. A clock is right 2 times a day. I don't know. Will I ever talk about stuff that I don't talk about? No, I will never talk about anything unless it directly relates to me, what I've already talked about on this channel. I'm not political, baby. I'm not political. If you get rid of all the men, and I'm not saying men are bad, but if you just get rid of all of them and put women in power, you wouldn't have these problems. All right? That's all I can say about that. If Michael Jackson tried to heal the world and it wasn't possible, what makes you think I can do it, baby? Okay. Michael Jackson got songs out talking about heal the world, make it a better place. Y'all ain't listening to him, and he's more influential than I am. As long as men are in charge of, bro penises are in charge of ruling the world, there ain't nothing we gonna be able to do until they die out, okay? Listen to what I'm telling y'all. Y'all go talk to the men that are doing those things. I'm a woman. Okay? Y'all go talk to the micro penises that's doing all that BS. Don't talk to me about it. That's my opinion, okay? Y'all go talk to the micros in charge of all that rigmarole. I'm just a woman. I bring life to the planet. I talk, I teach. I'm a mother, I'm a wife. Go talk to the micro penises that want to destroy the world. Don't talk to me. I bring life to the planet. Okay? Go talk to the people that are supposed to be doing something about it, but probably won't. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all tired of little PP energy? Do something about it. I don't know. Stop voting for it. And stop thinking it's relevant. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said return to the minds, the spells, the love spells. Girl, love yourself. People treat you how you treat yourself. Do a self-love spell, and love you will attract. Okay, y'all. I'm putting everybody in timeout that don't read the name on this channel. We're asking questions for the other channel. Because if y'all want me to go back to the other channel, we could end this and go back over there. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Ding. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta. Who is these? Oh shoot. Okay. So, what do I recommend adding to your bath? Epsom salt, sea salt, Epsom salt. Magnesium. You want to bring the frequency up, add some rose oil. What do you think of the Hindu divine feminine, the rituals, worship? I find it similar to what you discussed, especially the parallels between. I think if it's similar to what I discussed, then it's not really, then it is something that is widely already known naturally by people that study, the occult and, magic science and stuff like that. All the messages are basically the same across the board with different deities and different, stories, but it's all basically the same. If y'all watch Ancient Aliens, it just tells y'all the same thing over and over and over. Everybody's telling the same story, telling the same magic science over and over and over. Okay. None of it matters about how it's told. It's just the same story. I am about to order. Okay, you're going to order my elixirs? I appreciate that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes. Thank y'all. Let me get y'all my link if y'all want to do that too. My elixirs start with phase 1. They're supposed to elevate you alchemically and help you with your transformation and of self, spiritual self, physically and spiritually. So y'all definitely click on there. Start with phase 1. Make sure y'all reading the descriptions of the products and reading that it's phase 1. Y'all know y'all can read. I have faith. Right. And make sure before you order that your address is correct. Before you click send, before you click any of that mess, go and update your address, because I am not going to sit here and check my DMs from Etsy 24/7. And if it gets shipped out by my drop shipper before you can, oh my gosh, I put the wrong address. Before you can do all of that, you're going to have to wait for it to get sent there and sent back and then resent at your own shipping cost. So be vigilant and make sure your address is up to date. Okay? Please. In advance. Thank you. Just trying to help y'all before y'all have to sit there and wait for too long. Okay. Just make sure your address is up to date, please. Before you even order, just go in there and fix that address. Click on, click off, log back in, make sure it registered, and then order your stuff, please. Thank you. What? Is there a spiritual meaning to autism? I'm sure that there is. If you're hyper focused on something, if your neurons and your brain fire different, if you think different, that's always spiritual. Okay. In my opinion, it is, I think. What made me realize religion wasn't your path? Because it was man-made. Because it was patriarchal, man-made, and used to control and program. If I'm gonna follow something like that, I might as well create it. You know what I'm saying? If they can do it, I can do it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And use it as a blueprint to make your own spiritual path. And make sure you understand what it's for. It's for control. Your daily spiritual practices, love and protection. My daily spiritual practices are to get up, make up my bed, have gratitude for everything that I have, and continue to be persistent in what I've been doing. I manifest everything that I want to manifest, and I just, I live my best life. That's it. Everything is in my favor. Everything is in my favor, and those that I love, it's in their favor too. So that's how I roll. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Finally got on this account again. I know y'all missed me. I had to come back. My goals for 2026 is to get even better. Okay? We keep it moving forward, keep it improving, getting the most. The same thing as it was for 2025, except getting more and getting better and having more fun. Making sure I'm healthy, my daughters are healthy, and we're all living our best lives. Yes. Is it normal to dislike men as I wake up to my power? No. It's not just normal to like anybody if they have a reason for you not to like them. Maybe you're just finding more reasons. I like their money. And if they act right, added bonus. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If they act right, added bonus. Yes. Oh, somebody sent me a cash app. Hello. Thank you. Renell. Thank you, Renell. Let me see. What did you send me? Did you send a question with it? What's my favorite book? I don't have a favorite book per se. I don't have a favorite book. A checkbook, maybe. I don't have a favorite book. My books are my favorite books, darling. Okay. Anyway, I don't have a favorite book. I like a lot of books, so I can't pick a favorite. What's my favorite magical trick? Looking good. Glamour magic. I was somewhere today, and this old man, he old, still, the old man tried to get my attention. I love your hair today. I love your hair. Well, thank you. And then he proceeded to go to the ATM, and I was like, if I wasn't married, I could have got some of that money. But glamour magic is my favorite magic trick. Because anybody can do it. Okay. All right. Am I planning on writing any more spiritual books? Girl. No, I haven't been inspired lately to write any spiritual books, But perhaps one day when I'm inspired to do so. Okay. How do you balance light and dark energy, feminine energy? You are both. You're naturally both. Say what you said and meant what you said and look pretty while you're saying it. Nice, nasty. Oh, yeah. Balance both. Be both. You are both. Stop trying to choose one or the other. You both. That's it. That's literally it. Embrace both sides unapologetically. You said not you again. Boy, you got your notifications on and you an adamant subscriber. Come on through. Mega fan. Could you go over phases of your elixir? Thank you, ma'am. Sprinkles, they're in the description bar on the Etsy store, baby. Just read the descriptions on the Etsy store. This is not focused on my elixirs, darling. But definitely you can read what they are for on the store. If I do another video, there are videos on my channel that already explains what each phase is for. If you just go and find them, just look up elixirs, where all my videos are, and the videos should come up. You said, are the women participate also micro or just pygmy? Micro means micro penis. That means men that have little PP energy are mad at everybody. Okay. and do stupid stuff. That doesn't mean dusty. Okay, come on. Y'all have to listen to what I'm saying. How to get your soft feminine energy back. Start being selfish and saying no to other people unless they are beneficial to your soft feminine energy. Okay. Start being selfish, and that's how you get it back. Stop giving it away and start keeping it for yourself and gathering more in order to fund it. Okay, I talk about that on my other channel. Got to be selfish. You have to do more for yourself. You got to put energy into yourself instead of giving it away all the time. Surround yourself with pretty, beautiful things that remind you of the divine feminine. Study the divine feminine and make sure that everyone in your presence is beneficial to you and the divine feminine. Okay, that's it. Favorite glamour magic ritual? Do you have any advice on glamour magic? I don't know. Ma'am, everything you do is glamour magic. It's just you're not focused on it. Okay? Makeup, skincare, all of those things, diet, that's all glamour magic. Thinking as well is also glamour magic. Thinking you look good means you're going to put more effort into how you look. Everything is glamour magic. Y'all are just looking for some fancy words or some fancy rituals. Fine. Do your skincare, your makeup by candlelight on a Friday night. There's your glamour magic. You know what I'm saying? But everything is already glamour magic. You don't have to separate it. Everything is glamour magic if you're putting energy and effort into what you are looking like and how you feel about what you look like. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically it. We live in a world today where you don't have to really separate anything. Everything is already what it is. It's just how you think about it. Okay. If you're a divine feminine goddess and you're on earth, and how would your vanity look? How would your makeup, what type of makeup would you wear? What would you wear your hair like? What outfit would you wear if you're a living goddess that walked the earth? That's what glamour magic is. You understand? Living in your divine feminine, looking like the main character. I talk about this on the other page so much. I just don't use the spiritual terms for it, but it's literally the same thing. Okay. And some people are more spiritual and they do things more spiritually, and some people are more material and they do things more materially. But when you do them both, that's when you manifest. Okay. That's when you manifest more glamour, when you can do them both. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Where should you start studying alchemy? In a book, online, wherever you choose to start, that's where you start. I have many books. I'll link this. This is my, oh, that's my Etsy shop. Just start anywhere you want. There's links in the description of books that I recommend, spiritual items and all that kind. Just start wherever you're drawn to. Complete Idiot's Guide to Alchemy is linked there too. You can find it on Amazon. So, but I already showed the books I was reading, but so we can talk about something else now. Yes. Also, a sign and symbol book will also help you, but don't fall into the rabbit hole too deep, because some of y'all, are preoccupied with stuff that you don't need to be preoccupied with all the time. Okay. Just read it a little bit, then go do something, silly, and then go back to it. Don't get too wrapped up in it, baby. Because you don't want to be someone that people don't want to talk to. Is an ego death necessary? No. I never understood why people talked about that kind of stuff. I think, I put it this way. If you don't take anything personally and you ask yourself why people are doing stuff rather than taking offense to everything, I think that in itself is looking at things from a higher perspective. You know what I mean? Like, some people emotionally react to things. Some people emotionally make decisions. But if you're looking at it from a higher perspective and saying, why this, why that? Okay, I understand why. It's kind of like getting the villain's origin story. You know, let me explain it like this. When you get a villain's origin story, you see things a little bit different. It doesn't make it good or bad. It just understand it on a deeper level. And you make decisions based on those things, you know? And then you go ahead and you say, okay, well, blah, 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 blah. You don't just react to what the information that is presented. You go and look at it on a deeper perspective, from a deeper level, and a higher, grander perspective, you know? What is your opinion on love spells? They got to love you already. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The love spells only increase what's already there. If they don't love you at all, it ain't going to do nothing. It's going to look like you love them more. Okay, so for example, if the man already loves you for real, not for fake, not lust, not infatuation, but actual love, then it will definitely help it increase, because you can't increase something that's not there. You get it? You can't increase money if there's nothing to increase, you know? You can't add to a bank account if there ain't no bank account. So God already love you some. And the love will increase. Now, most people are doing love spells when they should be doing lust spells or attraction spells, because y'all always mess up the word love and don't understand it. Okay? So if you just want somebody to be interested in you, it's not going to be a love spell. It's going to be a lust spell or an attraction spell. Okay? If that man don't already love you, don't do a love spell. Do a lust or an attraction spell. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. There is a difference. So, what? Yes, so make sure you understand the difference. Stop. Remember what words mean, because words do have meaning. And remember what you're doing. How to change intrusive thoughts while manifesting, following your advice, or making it comedy, but anything else. And will these ruin a manifestation? When you sitting over there thinking about a manifestation, you ain't busy enough. Go get some business. Okay, let me tell y'all something. If all y'all can do is sit there and think about a manifestation with intrusive thought, go get you some business. Get active. Go get you some action going. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to manifest and then let it be and go busy yourself. You're sitting over there thinking about it all the time. No. When I manifest, I go back and look at what I manifested, because I write it down and I check it off, because I'm not thinking about it. It's just my subconscious mind is in action, making it happen by every decision I make. Because if you constantly are focused or conscious on, your subconscious can't work to get it done. Shut up. Go get busy yourself and do something else. Okay. Go and get a garden. All right. Go read a book. Go do something. Because y'all just be, it's kind of like waiting on something, and it's going to take longer. You're going to be more focused on it. You're not going to be able to do nothing else. It's supposed to work subconsciously. Okay. It's like being hypnotized. Okay. Once you're hypnotized, you just go about your daily life, and subconsciously you're going to be doing stuff that they hypnotize you to do. You're basically just hypnotized when you're manifesting. If you're constantly focused on the hypnosis, it's not going to work. Okay? So that's how you have to think about it. Leave it alone. Say it, mean it, move it along. Go busy yourself. If you have intrusive thoughts, replace them with something that's positive and beneficial to you. Okay. Read a book or do something. Tell yourself you look good. Okay. I don't know. But you got to stop doing too much. Okay. Remember, you're programming your subconscious mind. You're not focusing on the program itself. You said, I ain't politically correct. I wouldn't get a TV deal. She wants no boss over her. Yeah, girl, exactly. Oh, we would like to give you your own show. By the way, you can't talk about all of these things. Okay, well, there ain't gonna be no show then. I'm just gonna show up and get a check. All right, what y'all want me to do? Oh, you need to promote this stuff that you don't even like. Oh, okay, let me get it. Just how much are they paying me to promote stuff I don't like? Oh, wonderful. Okay, well, that will be the show, literally. Okay. You said you missed me decoding talking about celebrity. Yeah, that was back in the day before people would clip my stuff and put it all over TikTok, when I could talk about it without having to worry about it circulating all over the internet. You know what I'm saying? Now people just want to make a little quick dollar and go to their Instagram and TikTok, and they'll clip everything. So, you know, if you got eyes to see, you'll understand what. Go look at the old videos. I don't really care. You know, people ruin it for everyone. Thank you, Sprinkle. BB. Thank you, ma'am. He said they ruined it for everyone. They sure did. So y'all got what y'all got. Y'all better enjoy it. What? Have you ever worked with ARs? I don't know. I don't work with. I study. Do you understand? I absorb the information and the knowledge, and then I use it to what I need to use it for. I think a lot of people don't realize this because I have to keep saying it over and over on this channel. I don't work with no things, no deals, no nothing. I study them. I understand the aspects of them. I learn about the message that they are supposed to portray to the mind, to the subconscious mind. And I understand how to use the knowledge and the wisdom that is gained from learning and studying about certain things. I don't need to work with anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's I explain it like that, you know? So for example, let's see. I think it's like the same thing as saying, do you work with a person? Do you work with this person? Do you work with this person? Is this person your partner? No, but I know exactly what they do and why they do it, and I don't really need them because I have their knowledge. You know what I mean? And I understand that they are just, a prototype, an example, because any deity or energies or whatever, is just something that you are just to learn about, just like religion. You can learn about religion. You can be well versed in what religion is, but you don't have to follow it. You don't have to believe in it. Okay, so that's what I keep on trying to explain to people. You manifested more money and you got a check from your old job. Okay, good for you, ma'am. Sprinkle. So yeah, you can understand things, you can see things, but you don't have to believe in it or work with it at all. You just have to have the information and the knowledge, and you need to know how to use it for your benefit. That's basically it. All right, I wish more people would think like that. They'd be a lot less troubled. Appreciate you. Thank you. Uh-huh. So like think about it like a video game. Every video game you play, do you believe it's true? Or do you just get the information, the cheat codes, and you go about playing your video games? That's basically it. Mm-hmm. Can you be religious and spiritual at the same time? No, but you could be smart. Religion is man-made. Spirituality is not. That's the difference. So religion came from spirituality and through man's interpretation and the need to control. Okay? So it's not the same thing. You can use religion to control people and to quote things and that's based in spirituality, but it's not spirituality. Okay. That's fine though. Do what you want to do as long as it's benefit your pockets. If it works for you, it works for you. Hmm. What? The list of books is here. Look, I'm gonna link it again. Oh wait, that's my Etsy shop. Hold on. It's the first link or the second link in the description bar on the video. Okay, so yeah. In my opinion, studying dark energy, dark magic, dark cosmic energy, and plasma is the future of spirituality because that's what's going to create energetic consciousness transfers into whatever immortality thing that they're working on now in technology. Okay, so you want to catch up, study the plasma, study dark matter, study dark energy, study the science and magic together. Study that. Study the fourth state of matter. Okay, that's where it's all going. Okay, I wrote in 2020, and it's still my best-selling book out of all the books that I've written. Okay, my bestseller. Mm-hmm. Thank you. But honestly, I had this other plasma book too I was trying to tell you about earlier. If y'all just tuning in, this is Plasma Consciousness and the New Human Potential: A New Force by Dana Kipple, and it's linked in the books and spiritual items that I suggest. I think it's the second link in the description bar, and it's probably somewhere in the line. But yeah, Plasma Consciousness and the New Human Potential. This goes into the same stuff this goes into, but this is a little longer and more, detailed. But if you want to just get to the point, this also has, like I said, spells in it as well. So it's for anyone who's magical, scientific, anybody who manifests, yada yada yada. There's charts, graphs in there, science, and all that kind of stuff. So, but it's basically the condensed version of something like that here. All right. This also talks about dark matter, dark cosmic energy as well, because that's what plasma basically entails. What do you think a golden earth dragon vision is? Look it up, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Look it up, baby. Mm-hmm. Something for symbolism to decode. Mm-hmm. Thank you. All right, y'all. So I'm reading this before bedtime, and it's a lot of stuff I already know, but I just like to read stuff and get a different perspective on it, or what other people think about it. And also, it's also like very interesting. I love the science behind it. But I've already talked about everything in this book on this channel for years and years. But I just like reading new people's books and stuff like that on this subject because, like, years and years ago, there was no books written about plasma and stuff like that unless they were like, textbooks or something like that for quantum or whatever. So, I don't know. Now people are writing about it consciously. Okay. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Plasma, it's the fourth state of matter. Just go start the research there. Plasma is the fourth state of matter. The first state of matter, there's liquid, gas, solid, and then the fourth state of matter is plasma. It's like lightning, static electricity. It's all of those things transformed and combined. Okay, it's the consciousness energy. It's what makes your heart beat and your brain synapses, neurons fire. Okay, it's the energy within. It's what makes you animated. Okay, there you go. It's electricity, basically. Go look it up. It's what leaves your body when you die. Yeah. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's also intelligent. So you got a plasma ball, yes. Thank you. Thank you for getting my books, y'all. I appreciate y'all. What are your thoughts about human vampires? They don't understand science. Unless they're energy vampires. All right. I believe energy vampires are more intelligent than trying to physically get something out of someone. Energy vampires are smarter than people trying to suck somebody's blood. Okay. So I believe it's a metaphor. But I think energetic vampires are smarter and know how science, plasma, energy, and all that kind of stuff works. And it's more powerful. Versus somebody trying to be Dracula and suck on somebody's neck. I think that's just a geek. All right. Right? Okay. Just reading some of these comments. But anyway, yeah. So get you a good book. A good book. And read. Get you a symbol. All the books that I recommend are linked. All right. They're all on this little list. I think it's the second or first link in the description. Just click on both of them, you'll see. Do you think women are supposed to be spiritual or all people should be spiritual? I think people should be what they want to be. You know what I mean? If spirituality was not a trend, the people that are naturally spiritual would just be spiritual. And the people that weren't, they wouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Think about this. Before the internet, how many people were actually spiritual when you had to actually go read books and check them out of the library? You know what I mean? Before the internet and before everybody could have some type of trend or whatever, how many people were spiritual? To me, it's natural. You're naturally drawn to it. You're not inspired to become it. You already are it since a young age. Okay. And you know already. But if it's just something that you're experimenting with, that's something new and trendy or something that you think you should be doing, I don't feel like it's for everyone if they're not naturally drawn to it. Okay. But I do feel like when a person is ready to explore their spiritual path or their spirituality, they will go seek it. They will seek it out. Some people are born that way. Some people have to seek it. And some people don't even really get too much into it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You love this channel. Oh, thank you. You said, do I know my starseed origin? Yeah, my mama's womb. Somewhere is in outer space. Okay, I don't know, baby. What? You say you don't know about plasma, but you know about plasma beings. Okay, well, plasma beings is plasma with consciousness and intelligence. There you go. Okay. It's like that movie, Ghost in the Machine. Some people say that they're the jinn. Smokeless fire is plasma, and that's how I describe the jinn. Um, so whatever. Struggling with decision making. You weigh the pros and cons too much, see my future with both options, and then don't make a decision that stays the same. Which one is more beneficial financially? Sprinkle, sprinkle. There you go. Do which one is more beneficial financially and that is positive for you and your family. All right, that's how you make decisions, baby. Which one gonna get you the money and make you the happiest? That's what you go do. Okay. You know what? I have a lot of decisions to make all the time, and I just make them. And because I already know everything gonna work out in my favor anyway. So I just go and do what's most logically and financially that what I'm financially able to do and what's logically going to give me the best results. You know what I'm saying? I already know it's gonna work out for the best anyway. Think about this. If you believe in the multiverse, there are infinite numbers of decisions and paths you can take. Just choose one and keep it moving. All right. But understand that your true power and how you manifest, whatever path you take is going to be beneficial to you. Just say it like that. Whatever path I take is going to be very beneficial to me and it's going to make me happy. So it doesn't matter. Just pick one. All right. Fly, eagle, fly. Thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Or sir. I don't know. Are you a ma'am or a sir? But anyway, thank you. When you can't make a decision about something, it means you're unsure of yourself. You don't trust your own intuition and you don't feel like it's going to turn out good because you already decided that it ain't or it might not. So decide that it's going to already turn out good no matter which decisions you make. It's just going to be different. And look, you can always change directions and change your mind and do something different. Nothing is permanent. You can always change. Do you believe that we have souls or is this just it? Soul, what does that mean? Energy, like the soul, the sun, the plasma? Do we have energy? Do we have conscious energy? I believe we have conscious energy, and I think they call it the plasma. Okay. I do believe when they use the soul as an object and try to give it a destination and try to control a soul and try to limit a soul, I believe that's it becomes, based in man-made religion or based in man-made trying to control something mentally that they can't control. You know what I mean? So honestly, there's a lot of talk about, oh, your soul is going to go here, or your soul going to go where you want it to go, baby. It's consciousness, and you create that consciousness. Your energy is going to go where you want it to go, basically. All right, because it's conscious and it's yours. So you could will it and tell it what to do. If you allow other people to do that, that's your fault. The one thing you are given is free will. Humans are given free will. Use it, fools. Okay. Thank you, T. Jordan. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. Thoughts on public school or homeschooling? I'm not doing nobody's job for free. They can go get that public school information because it's free and I don't have time to sit there and teach people. You know what I'm saying? The internet is free these days. Whatever you want to learn, you can go get that for free. You can read books on your own time. I'm not getting ready to sit at home and teach some kids some stuff. That's not my job. Okay? I don't believe in homeschooling because you're going to raise awkward people that won't fit into society and among their peers, and they'll probably be very sheltered. But they can learn information at home as well as in school. They can learn enough knowledge to pass the test they need to pass, and then learn the knowledge they need to learn to make it in the real world. Okay? I really don't care enough about that sort of thing to waste energy and time on doing something that the public schools are going to do for you. That if you're smart, you're going to teach your kids, okay, memorize this crap, regurgitate it, get up out of here, get your little paper, and then whatever else you want to know, go learn it yourself or I'll teach it to you. That's basically it. School is just for social reasons. As memorization, regurgitation. But they have some programs in public schools like creative writing. They have electives. You can, hone your skills like art, sculpture, music, all those kinds of the fine arts, theater. So I believe it's good for that. Okay, and if they want to do some type of job that requires math and science, they'll have that. And probably go to college or whatever they want to do. But I don't believe that's my calling to be a teacher that sits at home. Unless you count this. I don't want to teach the curriculum of the school system. No. What are the top 3 occult books you recommend? Stop asking me. I already give y'all the list of all the books that I ever recommended. But if you're just coming in here, thank you. I appreciate you. But the second link in the description is that list of all the items and the spiritual books that I recommend. Okay. If you don't know about the top 3, just pick the top 3 that call to you, because I don't have a top 3 because I have so many books. How am I supposed to choose when I have a huge library of occult books? I don't know. I just like them all. Read them all, baby. There is no favorite. A lot of them say the same stuff in different ways. So I'm sorry for snapping at you, but just stop asking me to top this, top that. Just read them all, baby. Read the ones that call to you. I am not authority on what best books are, but I will tell you, read what calls to you. Listen to yourself. Read what calls to you. Read what you're attracted to. That's what you're going to be more into and interested in anyway. I could name some stuff that you are absolutely not interested in at all, and it would be a waste of your time and money at the moment. you know. So go with what you're drawn to. That's what you are subconsciously craving the knowledge of, whatever you're drawn to. So go read what you're drawn to. I have a list of all the books. I think it's the first or second link in the description bar. Definitely just go with what you're drawn to. Because if I would have asked that question and somebody told me some stuff I was not interested in, it could turn me away from even reading or studying any further because of that, maybe you're not ready for the stuff that I like, or maybe you've already surpassed it, So just go to what calls to you naturally and go from there. Uh-huh. You said, I thought you didn't believe in the supernatural. I wrote a book, How to Manifest with Dark and Cosmic Energy, with magic and dark and cosmic energy. Okay, this is science, magic, and manifestation. If I talk about a certain book and I link it in my book list, it's because I talked about it on this channel at some point. You can read books, you could get the knowledge. You don't listen to me very carefully. Just because you read something or study it does not mean, repeat after me, that you believe in it. I'll keep forgetting that little part. Do y'all believe everything y'all read? Or do you just study it and learn it and get the information from it and use it to what benefits you? Stop forgetting that. This is where a lot of y'all just mess up. You can read an entire book, get the information, get the history, get the knowledge, get the ideology behind it, and don't have to believe a word in it. Don't have to believe what it even represents. You can read it though. You could get the information on it. Okay, so remember that. Maybe it's just metaphor. Maybe it's a deeper subconscious meaning and not the physical meaning that you think it is. Maybe it's a whole different way of looking at something, but you're trying to believe something literally. That's what happens in religion. So since I am not religious, I can literally read an entire book and not buy into the belief system of it. I can understand it, why they think this, or what it's a metaphor for, if it's a scientific formula hidden in text. I can look at it that way. I don't have to believe literal things in books that weren't meant to ever be literal in the first place, but more of a metaphor. Okay, so just think of it like that. All right, because y'all be believing anything, or you don't believe it and you're afraid of the knowledge. If you're afraid to read a book, if you're afraid of knowledge, if you're afraid to just read a book and you're afraid that you are going to be sucked into something because you don't have any control over what you choose to believe or not. So, or you live in fear of what someone else told you. If you say not to read something and I can't read something or I shouldn't read something, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. I'm going to understand it. And that's about it. I'm going to get the knowledge I need from it. That doesn't mean I'm going to believe in it and start doing whatever, you think people are going to do after they read a book. No, I'm going to get the information. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're afraid of knowledge, or you don't want to read something because you don't believe in it. You don't got to believe in it. Nobody said you had to. You can just read it. All right. Do y'all believe the story Goldilocks and the Three Little Bears? Do y'all believe that happened? But you probably got, you probably read it as a child. Don't mean you got to believe it. Just read it. Anyway, how can we live abundantly as possible? You got to become obsessed with abundance. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You got to become obsessed. You got to be what you talk, walk, act, talk, walk, act like it. You got to live it. You got to walk in it. Okay, this is a lot of spiritual people have issues with this, and that's why they have trouble. A lot of people have trouble manifesting and living in abundance because they're not obsessed with it. When you become obsessed with something, you're attracting it, you're vibrating in it, you're living in that energy, and that's what your life is going to become. Energy flows where the focus flows. Okay, so you want abundance, you better focus on it. You better walk, talk, and act like it. You better be about your money or your abundance. You better stand on some business. You better create avenues for which abundance can flow to you quite easily. Okay? So if you're over there manifesting abundance and there's no way for it to get to you, it's going to take a long time. You better create some avenues. Okay? That's all I can tell you. Got to become obsessed with it. There are people that are really looking good because they're obsessed with their looks. There are people that are really rich because they're obsessed with getting money. There are people that are very abundant because they're obsessed with abundance. Abundance doesn't always have to mean material. It mean an abundance of whatever it is that you're wanting abundance in. Okay? It could be an abundance of knowledge, an abundance of power, an abundance of, I don't know, whatever you want. So be obsessed with it. Abundance in general. Overuse the word. Have something, you know where magical words come from? Why people have magical words? Because it's a program. It reminds you of what you're manifesting. It reminds you of what you're doing, what you're walking and talking in, like sprinkle, sprinkle. When you hear sprinkle, sprinkle, what do you think of? Getting this money, leaving these dusties alone? That's magic right there. It means, yes, reminding yourself your goals and your mission and what to vibrate. So that's all. Yeah. Become obsessed with it in a good way. In a good way. How to get over restraint to do something you really want to do. Just do it. Like Nike say, just do it. Just do it. Just do it anyway. And it ain't nothing to get over. Because you already done did it. Worry about that later. Okay? All right. You want to create generational wealth, but you don't know where to start. Okay. It starts in your bank account, darling. You got to put some money in there. You got to make your money make money. And anybody you deal with, talk to, or that you spend time with has to be beneficial to you financially. That's my other channel about. Every decision you make need to be financially beneficial to your bank account. You got to become obsessed with it. Walk, talk, and act like it. Don't deal with nobody that's going to bring you your, legacy down or your generational wealth down. Only deal with people that are going to bring it up. That's it. It's very simple. When I manifest something, it usually takes 1 year to happen. What's the issue? In my opinion, it all depends on how many streams you have to allow this manifestation to come through and happen faster. So let's say you have one business and you're one stream of income and you're investing wealth and money. It's going to take it longer to squeeze through that one little stream than when you have several streams. It's easier to flow to you in many ways. You know what I'm saying? So have more than one way for your manifestation to come to you. Have more than one way. create more than one way for it to get to you. It'll get to you faster. Surround yourself with people that are already doing what you're manifesting. It'll get to you faster. You put the energy there, put the frequency there, and it's going to get to you faster because you're going to be vibrating on the same frequency. So if you're manifesting something and you know a person that's already gotten what you've manifested, put yourself in their presence. Talk about it with them. Understand how it feels to have whatever it is that you're trying to manifest with another person that actually is vibrating in that frequency already because they already got it. Get around some money if you're manifesting money. Okay? You're manifesting physical traits, weight loss, whatever it is. Get around some people that have already done it because they're in that frequency. And once you get around and once frequency, yours is going to become more and more like theirs. Okay? You become like the 5 people you hang around. Y'all heard that before? It's true because you're in their frequency. So get around people that's where you want to be. Get around, positive thinking, definitely. Put yourself in the environment of whatever you're trying to manifest and stay over there. Okay. You're trying to manifest a house? Go look at houses. Go walk up and through a house. Okay. Looking at lists, it's getting closer. How do you protect from being distracted by technology, especially because I use it to self-soothe? I'm not sure what you're talking about, but if it's taking away your time and money, then you need to figure out how to make you time, how to make it make you some money. Okay. If you're spending all your time with technology or on social media and you're not making no money, you need to figure out how. Okay. That's what I'm going to tell you. It could be self-soothing to get paid too if you figure it out. Sprinkle. They say don't use dollar store candles for magic now. Who say that, girl? Who say that? Somebody that's selling candles that they bought from the Dollar Tree? Oh, okay. Sprinkle. Y'all know it's true. Because that's what I do. Don't buy Dollar Tree candles. Buy mine that I bought from the Dollar Tree. Anyway, I know how to get money too. These are not from the Dollar Tree. Make your own candles then, ma'am. I make candles. I know how to do it all. I know how to make candles. I know how to make soap. I know how to make all deodorant, bath bomb. I know how to make all that stuff. I've been there and done that. I know how to spruce up Dollar Tree candles to make them look like Etsy candles too. I know all that. I'm good at it. Sprinkle. Let me tell you something. The Dollar Tree candles come from the same manufacturer as a lot of other people's candles. What's the difference, baby? Just make it your own. Throw some crystals and herbs on it and call it a day. Okay. You said, how do you stop doom scrolling? Read a book instead. Put you some ambiance sound on your phone or your laptop or your iPad or tablet. So you're still going to be online and you're still going to be online and connected, and you're going to hear like some ambient sounds. You can do rain, you could do ocean, you could do fireplace, whatever. Put that on in the background. Get you a good book and read it. Put your phone on ambiance. You're still online, you're still connected. Still got a nice thing, still got your vice or device, and you just read a book. You can do an audiobook if you just gotta be on your phone. Do an audiobook. Watch an educational video or something that fills you and inspires you to create or do something. Okay? Let's stop doom scrolling, because you can sit up there for hours and accomplish absolutely nothing and learn absolutely nothing. Because half of that stuff that y'all are doom scrolling through is not true. Some of these AI, oh my gosh, I saw a hilarious one yesterday. AI thought that a fictional character in a movie was a real person, and I think somebody programmed it to do this, which is hilarious. And they made a video talking about how this real person, how this fictional character is a real person, and giving their lore and their story and what happened to them as if it's true. And I just started cracking up laughing. That is not a real person. That is a character. And they were using the actress who played the character as the picture, the person on. I'm like, y'all are silly. Because a lot of the stuff you're doom scrolling through is silly and it's not even true. So might as well fill your mind with something beneficial that can bring you some money instead. Okay. Girl, get you an audiobook and some ambiance in the background. And you can stay connected to your technology instead of doom scrolling. You could be getting some information, relaxing, listening to a good audiobook, or what else? Mm-hmm. How to activate a dark feminine energy when on a date. Just watch my channel. There you go. Do what I tell you. Watch the channel. There you go. It's activated if you watch SheraSeven, baby. Already activated. You listen. Thank you. What, you woke up from a dream about me and you're glad that I'm live? Thank you. Well, you know what? Maybe you had some intuition there. I had a dream the other day about a person. I'm like, that was strange. Dreaming about people, like people that you know or that you've met before. When you dream about somebody like that, and you normally don't dream about people that much, that's very interesting. Does that mean that they're thinking about you? Maybe so. Or maybe you thinking about them too much. You thinking about me, girl? Or you might just watch me too much. Maybe that's it. Thank you for watching me too much in order to dream about me. I really appreciate that. Mm-hmm. How do you stop being a people pleaser? By being a self pleaser. And if it don't please you, you don't participate in it. That's how. Be selfish. Learn how to say no and stop looking for people's approval and look for your own approval and comfort. All right. It's very powerful when you can say no. It's very powerful when you don't care what people think of you. It's very powerful when you start thinking and caring about what you think of them. It's very powerful. Okay. It's very powerful when those same people that you rush to people please now rush to people please you. Flip the script. It's a weird thing though. It's a weird feeling when you go from people pleaser to people pleasing you. See what it feel like. Do what you got to do. You know what that means? It means you got to be the main character of your life and get up out of that insecurity in which that you are overcompensating for it to be liked. Okay. Is there spiritual ties to generational wealth? No, it's just money, inherited money, and money that you make, and money that you keep in the family. I don't think it has anything to do with spirituality, because I think currency and money are energy. It's about energy. Okay. And people can harness energy, people can store energy. Same thing as wealth. People can harness wealth, they could store wealth. But as far as any type of sacrifice, I think that's all man-made idea to control. I think it has nothing to do with it, because there are people that are generationally wealthy without having to do any of that. I think it's people trying to control people, or maybe it's a justification of what happened and a non-acceptance of someone's death. You know what I mean? You never know. It could be a form of control as well. But there are plenty of people out there that don't ever have to sacrifice anything because they don't believe in it. You know, it goes back to what you believe. It goes back to what you believe. Y'all have seen that movie, The Skeleton Key. Hopefully you have. If you don't believe in something, it has zero power, because it's not going to seek into your subconscious mind as a belief. So let me tell y'all, if you don't believe something, it can't work in your subconscious mind. It can't. It just won't. It won't be able to. So that's why a lot of times before y'all join those secret orders or those whatever fraternities, they make sure you believe in something. Well, you have to believe in something. You have to believe in a higher power if you want to join this. That's because that's a method of control and ability to program using whatever you believe in. If you don't believe in anything, there's nothing that can sink in subconsciously to control. So a lot of people just lie. They don't believe in anything. Oh yeah, sure. What they believe in is why people want them to believe in something at all, in order to manipulate them, so they don't fall for the manipulation, they don't fall for the okie doke, they don't self-sabotage themselves with thoughts, intrusive thoughts, with superstitious thoughts, with fear factor thoughts. They can't. Okay. So they can't do nothing if you don't believe. That's the game. So that's like you got to play chess, not checkers. If somebody say I got to believe in something, that's when I'm saying no, I don't, because I do what I want. I don't got to do nothing because I have free will. Mm-hmm. Got to believe in yourselves. Got to believe that everything is going to work out for the greater good and beneficial for you and those that you love. That's what you got to believe. And that's the best belief right there, because good results without having to make any sacrifices. You see, you just programmed yourself. All right. He said, otherwise, the hardest working people would be rich. That's true. But that's not the case. He said, so Shera, you don't pray. You're more of a affirmative person. Praying is just talking to yourself. You're just programming your subconscious mind. Sugar daddy, don't, okay, wrong channel, baby. Read the name, baby. This is why I don't come over here. But thank you. Appreciate you. Okay. Yeah. Praying is just programming your subconscious mind. What you gonna do? Manifesting is programming your subconscious mind. Doing spell work is programming your subconscious mind. Speaking positive words and affirmations is programming your subconscious mind. So program your subconscious mind. Okay? When you pray to whatever, whoever, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's still programming your subconscious mind, but you don't believe who you are, so you have to seek outside of self. You don't believe that you are a powerful being that can bring about whatever you're manifesting. So in order to keep you to feel powerless, they give you an outside source. And then they use that energy in which you give to the outside source as you're, programming yourself. You still depend on whatever outside source that you're praying to or asking or whatever. So you're not fully capable in your mind. But if you don't believe that, if you don't believe outside source, and you believe that you're just consciously programming your mind to take path and direction to get what you want, when you pray, manifest, or use affirmations, that's what it's going to be. You're not going to need an outside. You're not going to need a middleman. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to need the middleman. Okay, that's the whole story of Jesus. You're not going to need the middleman. Jesus was walking around talking about, ooh, this, and that. And people were like, are you the son of God? Are you the son of God? Are you the son of God? If you say I am, shoot, I guess, whatever you say, whatever. It's just walking around with a God complex. That's basically it. Just walking around with a God complex without being too cocky. That's all it is, okay? Your tortoise passed away. She wasn't sick. She was 13 years old. What kind of sign was that, girl? I don't know. Look it up, baby. Sprinkle. It was a sign. It was her time. Maybe she got an illness or an infection, darling. But 13 years, tortoise, maybe she ate something bad. Maybe. I don't know. But hopefully, you can keep her shell. Somebody said RIP. I'm sorry you lost your tortoise. Did they even let y'all have? How big was it? That's an interesting pet to have, honestly. I don't know. Look it up, baby. Signs and symbols. Okay. At this point, we use SHERA as AI. She's getting tired of the question. Yeah. If y'all can Google that stuff, please do it, baby. Please. Because that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to look up what a tortoise means. And I'm going to give you the answer and regurgitate it from AI or Google. So you could do that. Sorry for your loss, though. At least you had it 13 years. That was a long time. Okay. So anyway, get your symbols book or look it up online. Yeah, take all the information and look everything up online symbolically, like the number, the creature, the day. Maybe you'll find something that you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for deeper meaning. And that's fine. Sometimes people want deeper meanings in things, and sometimes they don't. So obviously you want deeper meaning into it, so go look into it. Some people will just say, oh, well, I guess that was that. And some people want deeper meaning. So you got to seek that deeper meaning. You got to seek it out for yourself. Okay. How to figure the ex who cheated on. Y'all are getting put in timeout whenever y'all ask the question on the wrong channel. Okay. I need to learn how to read the name. Okay. All right. That's what I'm doing. I'm putting everybody in timeout who are asking questions on the wrong channel. Y'all can come back after a while. It'll automatically let you come back, but y'all getting put in time out for a while. Book recommendations for dark energy. This one, How to Manifest with Magic and Dark Cosmic Energy by SHERA Goddess. First link in the description bar. First link pinned at the top of the live feed. It's my best-selling book, believe it or not. Y'all would think it would be one of my SheraSeven books, but it's actually this one. Okay. Oh. Do I think astrology is stupid? I think it's limited. I don't think it's stupid. I think it's limited. Does that make sense? Okay. I think it's limited. It's kind of entertaining, but it's very limited. That's all. If you think on a bigger scale, it's very limited. If you think on a scale like this, a grand scale, multiverses and omniverses, astrology is very limited if you think on a grander scale. You know what I mean? So think like that. If you really understand what astrology is, it's based on your position on Earth. No, it's based on the solar system that we live in at the time you were born in a galaxy in our one small little solar system. That's all. A very small little limited belief system. But if your mind is way bigger than that and your consciousness is way bigger than the solar system, but you live your life by a limited astrological perspective, then you're not able to expand it beyond that solar system, because that's what you're going to be focused on, that limited little piece right there. You know, you could do much, much more if you have a broader perspective. Your 20th birthday. Okay, birthday girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Tropical Aquarius. Okay. Happy birthday. You've been practicing witch since you was 18. That's one thing that someone like me should know. Or what's one thing that someone like you should know? Okay, for 2 years you've been practicing. So you should know that you got to keep going, and you're going to be a lifetime student, and you will always continue to learn forever. And when you are unteachable, or when you can't learn anything anymore, that's when you mess up and you need to start learning again. Okay? Don't be unteachable, and don't ever stop learning. That's what most people on a spiritual path need to know. Because once you think you know everything, you cannot be given anything. Okay? And you can't grow properly, so spiritually or mentally. So never think you have all the answers. Always think that there's more to learn, and study. Okay. So my beliefs about astrology is that they are just very limited. I don't dismiss it, but it's just kind of limited to the way that I like to think. You know, that's all. What? You got that book, Shira? You've been getting all the books you recommend? Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. Okay. The universe is infinite. That's why focusing on a little aspect of it and basing every decision you make is kind of limited. But let me tell y'all something. If that's how you make your money, make your money. If that's how you make your money with astrology, then continue to make your money. It is entertainment, however. and very limited. But if it resonates and you can get paid from it, get paid. Everybody's at different stages. Maybe that's just one of the stages that people are currently at, they're currently interested in, and they can currently focus on and currently make some money off of. Can we see the book again? This is this book right here. This book right here. Screenshot. Thumbnail. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's definitely limiting. I find it so interesting. Yeah. You just got to think about stuff for a second before you accept things that people teach you. You got to think about what you're being taught as well. Like contemplating. You know how to say, I'm contemplating. That means instead of just absorbing information, regurgitating it, and memorizing it, you also need to think about why it is and what it is, and if it's limiting or not limited. You got to think bigger. Okay. And I understand people are at different levels and stages of their spiritual growth and mentality. But when you really sit back and think about certain things, just keep asking questions like, why is it only, if I go into a different solar system mentally, does astrology even matter? If you're in a multiverse, an omniverse, and there's life elsewhere, does astrology in the solar system and the Milky Way even matter? If your mind is more expansive and, so that's something that you have to ask. Oh, you missed me here? Oh, little Lunar, thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm not saying that it's not relevant. I'm just saying that it's limited. A lot of stuff is limited, but that's one of them. Okay. And it also stops you from doing certain things as well. It takes away a lot of your options if that's what you go by. Okay. What's the craziest thing I've manifested? The craziest? Whoop. What do you mean by the craziest? Like, what do you consider crazy? What's something new you learned or feel 2026 has in store? Ooh, 2026, all your dreams come true in a positive way. If you stay on track. Yeah, stay on track, baby. Keep focusing on that. Are your manifestations going in the right direction? Getting the results that you desire and want? Yeah, that's best for you. Your thoughts on medicine plants like ashwashawa? I don't even know how to pronounce it, baby. What's ashwashawa? What's it in? Is it in like some vitamins you can buy at the store? Okay. I don't know unless it's in some type of, can you buy it at the store? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm literally asking for real because I know there's a lot of you said ashwagandha. Is that stuff that's in those gummies that make you relax? Does it make you relax? They sell it in gummy form? Because I might have some. Okay. Does it make you relax and stuff? Like help you go to sleep and stuff? Oh, that's not what that is? Oh, well then I don't know what that is, maybe. This channel keeps me on track. Thank you for your agent girl, sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't recommend mind altering anything if you don't have to. I know there's some people out there that seek it out and all that kind of. I'm not one of the people. I don't seek out trying to alter my mind already crazy. It's already altered. It's already doing all that good stuff. I don't need I really don't seek it out. You know what I mean? Thank you, ML, sprinkle, sprinkle. Like as a child, I think I've had a lot of those types of experiences and seeing us like all that kind of weird stuff and all. It's cool, yeah, but I don't seek it as an adult. I have too much stuff that's going on in my life to be looking for stuff to get high on. I don't know. Like I'm already high on life. I'm not looking to get high. Let's just say this. I have an imagination. And I don't need it to be enhanced because my imagination is very, very powerful already. That's all I'm saying. Y'all know. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah. Thank y'all. Yeah, just because I'm spiritual doesn't mean I can try to eat every mushroom or any mushrooms or get high on no plants and try to see some stuff. You know, I think you can focus. I think honestly, I think you can see those things naturally if you know how to focus and see them. You know, I think there's some people with natural abilities to see certain things without needing enhancements, and there's some people that want to see those things. For me, there's no reason that I need to see them. You know what I mean? Like, what that's gonna do for me? Y'all, I'm gonna bust out. Y'all, oh my gosh, you know what I saw when I was on such and such? I saw some swirling dots and a man in a leopard suit twerking. Like, what's that gonna do for us? And I felt one with the universe. I already feel one with the universe. I already understand what dark energy and dark cosmic and plasma stuff is. Okay. I don't need to see it swirling around in a different color spectrum on a different realm in a different dimension. I know what all that stuff is. I don't need to see it. I already saw it and I can imagine it. Okay. Just like honestly, um, it's like looking inside the human body. All right. Let's you know how they have the little cameras that can go into your body, or you have anatomy books. Somebody's already looked at it, they've drawn it. You can imagine it. People have drawn the earth, the continents from outside of earth before there were planes, before there were spaceships, before there was any. People already knew what that stuff looked like because they used their imagination. All right. And usually your imagination is close and very close to the truth because it's getting information that's already here. It's tuning in and tapping in. You know what I'm saying? So you're able to see it still. You're able to see from above with your imagination. You know what it looks like. You said vision downloads. Yeah, because you're starting to see from every perspective because you're part of the plasma. You know what the plasma is? It's the space between space. What creates from the spiritual into the material. It's that in between. You know, you're able to see from those perspectives like eyes. All right, and that's a lot of that stuff in this book. But you're able to see stuff if you study the plasma, understand what the plasma is, know who you are, know what you are, not limited in your beliefs and stuff like that. Okay. If you think about it, like if you were born in a time when there was no technology, let me just break it down for you like this. If you were born in a time before there was technology, planes, whatever, and you had a dream, and you dreamed you were flying above something, and you drew what you saw in a dream where you were flying. You drew it, right? And after you drew it, you saved the paper or the carving or whatever. And then hundreds and thousands of years later, somebody digging it up and they find it. And they be like, oh my gosh, this looks like a map of the earth or the map of this or the coastline of this. How do you explain that? You already know everything you know. You already see everything you need to see. You could use your imagination. You could dream. You could close your eyes. You could manifest. You can go into the darkness using dark cosmic energy in the plasma, and you can see what you need to see. But a lot of people are handicapping themselves. They're not using their true powers. They're depending on so many other things. And when you always have to depend on so many other things, you lose your natural ability. So, what does DNA healing mean? It's a frequency, and read that somewhere and it confused me. Well, read it again until you're not confused. It's science. It has to do with frequency. So let's say you live on another planet or in another environment, not planet, let's say a different environment where oxygen levels are different, where frequency is different, where there's less this and more that. Your cell structures and your DNA are going to be different than someone who lives somewhere different. It's environmental as well. Environments also contain frequencies. So, all right. So you get the same effects as that psychedelics give you through fasting and meditation. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll be hungry and I don't eat meat, and I'll be dozing off into space all the time. So I guess that's maybe true. I'm Delulu. Haha. But that's nice. You have in what pregnancy docs tell me I can choose girl or boy? Okay. What is best for my path of life and magic? Husband has 3 girls, one boy, 10. Okay. So you're gonna choose the the sex of your baby? Okay. All right. Well, do what you gotta do, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I think she's saying she can choose the sex of her baby. That's cool. Someone says, girl, girl. Thank you, Portal. Sprinkle, sprinkle. 1441 Portal. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said you're manifesting daughters only. Well, I will tell you this. If you're a girly girl, get a daughter. Because let me tell you why. If you're a girly girl, have a daughter. Because you're going to do fun things with her. You're going to get dressed, go to brunch, go to tea, go shopping. If you're not a girly girl, you like sports and you want to be sitting at a soccer game or a basketball game every weekend and every weeknight and picking people up from practice, get a boy. And sprinkle, sprinkle. Because I know people that have boys and they spent most of their free time at some stadium. Oh, before and after school practices, picking them up, dropping them off. Girl, I don't know. If you can choose, ma'am, choose what's easiest for you. That's my perspective. Go do what's easiest for you as a mother, so you can be the best mother to your child. Okay. How do you tune out the evil that's happening in the world right now? My world or the world that I'm not a part of currently? So when I say that, I mean, do you live over there where the things are happening? Do you live there? Would you know it was happening if you didn't have a television or a phone? If you were off the grid, baby, would you know what was happening? And if you do, since you do know what's happening, can you do something about it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if Michael Jackson sat up there and made songs and healed the world and held hands and did this and ain't nothing changed, what you think you gonna do? Focus your energy on what you can change or what you can do and making your life good and the people around you life good, baby. I don't believe in making other people's problems my problems. I think if micro penises are out there causing problems in the world, maybe we should choose more girls. Maybe we should put more women in power so we don't have to deal with micro penis decisions. Okay? Because that's all it is. Think about it. Ain't nobody out here causing trouble with micro penises. And y'all know that's the truth. It's the truth, and you know it. Just say it. Just repeat after me. Put some women in charge and get rid of the micro penises out there causing problems, thinking they somebody, because nobody wants to roll around on the mattress with them. Okay? All right. Okay, I did answer your question. I said have a girl. A girl is best for you. Feminine energy. Bring more feminine energy to the planet. Divine feminine energy. Period. That's my answer. Get a girl. How do you work with a certain deity for the first time? Just read about it and learn about it. You don't really work with them. You just study their aspects, their characteristics, and you see that how they're going to be useful and beneficial to your life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get into working with deities. I get to understanding them and understanding their characteristics and how they can be beneficial if put in my life. Okay. I answered your question. I said have a girl. Birth a girl. That's what I said. That's your question. I don't know. Y'all, can you read? Can you hear? Turn up your volume. All right. Thank you. What's my take on what? Micro penis files? Okay. I just talked about it. People act different when they got micro penises. Okay, that's all I'm telling you. I'm seriously, do the research. Do your research, darling. Just type that in, babe. Go to Google and type in what I'm telling you. Micro penises, and then whatever name you need to put in there. Type it in. You're going to see a pattern. You're going to start to see a pattern. Okay? You're going to see a pattern. If you don't believe me, somebody do it right now and come back and tell me what y'all found. Okay. You know what micro means? It means small, very small. No. Y'all are silly. I'm reading what y'all writing. I'm not saying it, but it's funny. Okay. Said, does meat affect your spirituality? It affects your digestive system. It affects your frequency. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I'm so sorry. Like, people keep asking me about the Super Bowl. I did not watch the entire Super Bowl. I was out having brunch and shopping, darling. And everybody else was at home or wherever they were in front of the TV. I was out shopping and dining and eating brunch with my daughters, enjoying life. You know, I'm not interested in sports. So I didn't think to go watch it. No. But if I had watched it, I would have something to say, but I didn't watch it. But we all know all Super Bowl performances are rituals. But all of them are, so it doesn't matter anymore. Like, once you know all of them are rituals, then it doesn't matter. Who cares? They're all rituals. Every Super Bowl performance is a spell or a ritual or a way to manifest that in that person's career or whatever. Because you have a lot of people watching, you have a lot of energy going towards you, you have a high frequency, so that's your time to do what you got to do. Okay, make it work, make it symbolic, implant stuff in people's minds and heads to make it come true. I don't know, whatever. If you know what you're doing, you great. If you don't, somebody else is going to try to direct it, and you don't know what they're going to do. Okay, maybe that's why they got somebody that know what they're doing directed it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. They got somebody that know what they're doing directing them halftime shows. Occult wise. So anyway. How do you deal with doubt and mystics and magic when it stops working? Because it's in you, it's not outside. It's already within you. And it works if you say it's gonna work. Because it's a program of your subconscious mind. Okay, so just program your subconsciousness. That's all it is. You know, when people want you to believe something, they have to give you an outside belief because you don't believe it yourself. And when it stops working because you understand that you're dependent on it, you know, when you start becoming dependent on a substance, it doesn't have the same effect anymore. So that's your time to look within and understand your power. and program yourself to do what you got to do. You said a Bad Bunny lyric said, "We don't come from a rib, we come from a woman pelvis." That's true. We already know that's the truth. Mm-hmm. They come from a womb, of course. Yes. You said, do you think that what's your take on which deity work with hardships? I would say look for an example of a story that someone that had hardships and see how they endured, because you're just going to have to take information and knowledge from that and inspiration and endure it yourself. You know what I mean? But if you need an outside source, just find one that works with hardships. I'm telling y'all something because eventually, like I said, it's going to wear off. And when I say wear off, I mean because an outside source is just a projection of you. So if you have to go through that and learn and then come back to yourself, that's fine. But I always recommend just studying the aspects and the characteristics of certain deities and applying them yourself. Okay. Do I have a spiritual tactic for discipline and procrastination? If it's going to cost you money, you better hurry up and do it. That's what I do. Discipline, if you turn things into habits, it's no longer discipline, it's just habits. So if you have a problem with discipline, you need to be consistent with it for about 2 weeks until it becomes a habit, and it no longer is going to be discipline, it's going to be a habit. So for example, I always use this example. Making up my bed used to be a discipline. I used to didn't make up my bed. I didn't. I would leave them like, I'm gonna get right back in it anyway when I get home. Didn't make up my bed. It was a job. Then when I made up my bed every day, consistently, it became a habit. A habit. Now, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I make it up like a habit. There's no discipline at all. It's just habit now. So you can turn your discipline into a habit. You no longer have to focus on it. It's just automatic. So I suggest that. I do suggest it. And the reason why I started making up my bed is because I heard that, well, I didn't hear, I read that the statistics of you becoming a millionaire, the chances of you becoming a millionaire are 2,000 times greater if you get up and make up your bed in the morning. Not 100 times, but 2,000 times. So that's why my bed is always made up. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. It allows you not to get back in it. It allows you to stay productive. It allows you consistency and habits versus discipline and procrastination and little to no productivity. Okay. So, I'm telling you, do it. And you said the ritual of preparing your bed is the same as preparing for success. Yes, and you can't get in there in bed right till it's time to go to sleep. You don't use your bed for anything but rest. Mm-hmm. Thank you. You said start a psychic hotline like Miss Cleo. Call me now. You know, the funny thing is, no matter how many times I saw that commercial with Miss Cleo back in the 90s, I never wanted to call her. Not for anything bad, but like I never thought she could help me. Like, what I'm gonna ask you about? I was too young to need to call a psychic though, you know. But I would hear some of those phone calls and it was hilarious. It like those those phone calls were so hilarious. If y'all can find some footage from back in the day with Miss Cleo, you be laughing. I found it very entertaining and funny. You said you would never want to call her either. I just wanted to laugh at them people on the phone. Oh. You said, have I ever talked to a medium? No. Um, you said pure comedy, yes. Just like you shouldn't use a sleep bonnet for anything but during sleep. That's right. Yeah, I agree. Don't take that stuff outside. Leave it in your house. Mhm. Okay. Leave it in your house. Scarves, okay. Bonnets, stay home. Scarves are cultural and you can make them look cute, but bonnets are bonnets. They even make wigs with hats now. You don't even need a bonnet anymore. It's just a wig, a hat wig on. Okay. They have everything out there now. Why is everything coded? You're looking for codes. If you're not looking for coded, then coded. So let me explain that. If you're looking for deeper meaning in something, you're going to see the code. You're going to look for it. You're going to seek it out. You're going to seek the deeper meaning. If you're not looking for it, then you're not looking for it. It doesn't mean anything. You don't want it to mean anything. You want to stay on the surface level. Okay. So, for example, it's like swimming in a deep ocean or walking in the shallow end of the water. You choose what you want to do. You be in the middle. You can see it, but then not really need to see it or care about it. Or you can see it and be like, oh, okay. But you can be in the deep waters where everything is super coded and you're focused only on that. Or you can be in the shallow waters where you're just enjoying life and not decoding anything, but living your best life and do what you want to do. There are levels to it. Okay. So whatever you're trying to do, make sure it's beneficial for you. If you like to decode, if that's your hobby, great. If you can make money off of it, wonderful. If you don't need it at all and you're living your best life without it, great. It's just another, it's kind of like being bilingual or knowing another language. Some of them call it the language of the birds, you know. So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like understanding something on a deeper level if you want to. You're not always going to be speaking it or decoding it, but if you need to, you got it. I think that's a good position to be in. You said, yeah, some people can't handle info, they decode and it makes life harder for them. Yeah. They're making decisions based on code instead of what's beneficial for them logically. You know, they're big. Yeah. So if you get too deep into it, you got to do something mundane. You have to ground yourself and you have to come back to the shallow waters. And you have to go do something that's, shallow. And then when you're ready to dive deep again, you can go and do that and then swim back to the shallow waters. It's very natural. Okay. He says sometimes with people, you need to be in the shallow water because they cannot comprehend the deep end, and they won't. And you can't make them. And it's okay. Find something that you have in common and talk about that. Hmm. Oh, the elixirs last from up to 6 months to a year. But each elixir, you're only supposed, like if you're taking the Vita elixir, that's like a supplement. And half ounce should only last you half a month. A full ounce should last you about a whole month. So you're supposed to be consistently taking it. Okay. But they do have a shelf life for 6 months to a year. How can you manifest money from your YouTube show? Right now, I'm working on it every day to release new videos and make and market to get my subs go live. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you're able to go live, go live. That's how. Advice for 21. Okay. Read, study, focus. This is a SHERA Goddess channel, baby. It's not SheraSeven channel. Be a thinker and not a follower. Do what's best for yourself financially. Yes. Make sure you understand that every choice you make shapes your future. So choose wisely. That's my advice for basically anybody. But for the young people, definitely. Okay. Thank you, Angie. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Let me see. Oh, how to ground yourself by doing something grounding. Okay, doing something shallow, doing something materialistic, doing something in nature, without connecting it to anything spiritual. Forget about it for a little while. Okay. Go shopping, girl. Do your makeup. Go walk around outside. Plant some flowers. Touch earth, touch some grass. Focus on something else that has nothing to do with it. That's basically it. Focus on getting some money. That's a good one. Oh, so I was telling y'all, yeah, go live on YouTube if you want to grow your channel. Live videos get recommended, and also they're longer, and you can get more sponsors on there on Google AdSense. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Even if you can cut off the comments, if you don't want to answer questions and you just want to go live and talk about whatever you're going to talk about, you can cut off the comments. You ain't got to read them, and you can cut them off. Like I don't have to put comments on here. I just do it because I want to. So if you go live, that's going to help your channel. You said, is there anything that you'd like to teach us, but can't because your following on both channels are much higher right now? I've already told y'all everything I need to tell y'all. I have thousands of videos on this channel. If you don't go find the old stuff. Okay. I used to go live almost every day on this channel for many, many years. Anything I need to say or teach is already up there, baby. Okay. And as far as, is there anything I can't teach because of the following on TikTok and all this kind of stuff? It's already out there. All the stuff is already on my channel. Anything that you need to know is already on there. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What? We said which elixir is best for manifesting? Copper, silver, gold. I would say gold. Silver is good for your immune system. Copper is good for your skin and your joints. And gold is good for your brain, your muscles, manifesting, connecting thoughts in a longer string. Like, so for example, your brain uses electricity to fire off neurons. Gold is a natural conductor of electricity. So if your brain only connects two thoughts together, with the gold supplements, it could connect 4, 5, and 6 on top of it. You know, you can keep going. You know what I mean? Your thoughts are going to become more advanced, deep, ongoing, versus 1, 2. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, you're going to be able to. It's like being good at chess and seeing 5 moves ahead versus 2. So get the gold, baby. And if you want to do the phases, start off with phase 1. It has lots of gold in it, among other things. And each phase is going to taste different and have a different consistency because they are an alchemy that continuously change due with each formula. Okay. I'm going to link my Etsy store here, but yeah. Read the descriptions. Okay. Read, click on the things. It's going to say phase 1. It might not say it when you just see it. We got to click on it. And I think phase 1 is like golden, it says SHERA's golden elixir in phase 1. Okay. What? You said take the shallow root or the deep root. It's best to use both simultaneously or different goals on different topics. Back to decoding. Okay. What are you trying to accomplish? Let me ask you first. What are you trying to accomplish with the decoding? Is it doing something beneficial for you? That's my question. First of all, you need to know why you're doing it. Because if you don't have a reason and it's not beneficial to you, you should definitely not go super deep. That's it. Your wisdom is elite, Shera. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So what's your reasoning behind decoding? Are you making money off of it, darling? Is it manifesting into something materially? Or are you going down a rabbit hole? Like, which one is it, baby? Can you grow and forgive ourselves from the past? Yes. Do you remember when you were a little baby and you pooped yourself? And you forgave yourself for pooping on yourself because you didn't know any better? And now you learn how to go to the toilet the same way. All right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Now, if you know how to go to the bathroom and you pooped yourself on purpose, you got to ask yourself why you did that and then go from there. But I'm sure you didn't mean to. Think of it like that. That's how you get, forgive yourself from the past. You didn't know any better. Now you do. Don't repeat. Move along. Would you suggest doing a spell for discipline or trying to better myself? Okay. If you do a spell for discipline, you're going to just get hit with a bunch of stuff to make you disciplined. Best thing to do is get motivation. You know what I'm saying? If you're motivated, you really don't need that much discipline because you're going to want to do it. Do a spell for motivation, not discipline. When you're motivated to do something, you don't need the discipline because you're going to do it because you want to, because you're motivated. It's more positive. If you're trying to motivate discipline, like, that's harsh. The reason why I made making up my bed a habit because I was motivated by money. Because I read that, 2,000% higher chances of becoming a millionaire if you make up your bed every morning. I was motivated by money. I didn't need no discipline. I said, money, like Mr. Krabs. Okay. I was Mr. Krabs up there making up my bed every day. Talk about money, 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 money. Because that was my motivation. So what's your motivation? So y'all have to think bigger and more positive if you want it to work in your favor. Okay. It's kind of like saying, okay, do you want to get healthier eating this nasty concoction that's mixed up, but it has all the vitamins you need in it? Or we have this tasty concoction over here that tastes like ice cream and it's going to give you the same results. Which one do you want? You know? So find your motivation. You've got to attach it to motivation. My motivation was money. What's yours? I gotta go in a few minutes. My lip gloss fell. I get that up. Mm-hmm. Y'all funny. You treat your goal as a dessert and keep thinking how gratifying it's gonna do, and I get it. Yeah. So yeah, find your motivation, and then you don't really need too much discipline. It'll just be motivating. Okay. You said, can you share how to do a protection spell? Just repeat after me. Everything that I do, every choice that I make is beneficial for me and those that I love. Everything that happens to me is for the best. It makes me happy. It makes me richer. And also for those that I love. Anything that I might need protection from is going to also work in my favor to bring me money as well as the ones that I love. That's the spell right there, baby. So no matter what happens, you're gaining financially, you're gaining in happiness, gaining in all those things. And that's it. That's it. You're just programming your subconsciousness. So whatever comes at you, there's no fear involved. There's only receiving abundance. Do you not understand what I'm telling you? It's only receiving abundance. Anything that happens is only receiving abundance. You're receiving abundance and financial increase no matter what happens. So, protection from what? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You got to transmute that. All of that transmutation spell right there. Transmute everything into money, happiness, love, whatever you think you fearing or whatever, and it all needs to transmute into something positive that you actually want. Mm-hmm. So no matter what negative thing comes in your direction, you already know it's going to work out for your advantage and for your pocket. So you don't need to stress. You're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna see what it do. I'm gonna see what that does. I'm gonna see what that's gonna manifest financially. I'm gonna see where that manifests in this direction. I'm gonna see where that manifests in my favor. Okay. Now, what do I do? Oh, I don't live in fear. I live in abundance, and I live in a higher frequency of financial increase. What? Mom resent you for bettering myself. Okay, your mom resents you for bettering yourself, going to college among other bizarre things. Is it wrong? I don't care for her anymore or want her in my life. I think she just doesn't understand. You know what I mean? And sometimes the mom, if they're close to your age or young, they resent you and they treat you as competition. So just remind her that every generation is supposed to be better than the last one. That's it. Hopefully she was better than her mom. You got to understand it. Sometimes parents make bad decisions and they don't want you to look at them as someone that made mistakes and bad decisions and an example of what not to be like. And so they have to represent whatever they stand for, because if they don't, they'll just look pathetic. So I would say something like this. You know what, Mom? You did the best you could knowing what you knew. Thank you. But with each generation, we must get better. So I'm going to make you proud and make something really good happen in my life because we're supposed to be leveling up each generation. That's all you need to tell her. And if she got a problem with that, then she literally resents you for making better decisions and choices than her. And that's probably the reason why she made those bad choices, because she's not emotionally mature enough to understand things. And she was probably young when she had you. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You was in the top 0.3 of my watchers on 2025. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Girl, I don't listen to people that not doing better than me. You're gonna be doing better than your mom. That's why a lot of times moms want to be the one that are like, see what I did? I'm the good example. And when they're not the good example, they have to justify their bad decisions by putting down your goals. So you just got to surpass them and come back and teach them. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sometimes the child becomes a teacher. You just got to surpass them and come back and teach them. That's it. Just because you're young don't mean your mind is young or your choices are wrong. It just means maybe you had a better childhood because of what she did. And you were able to make good decisions based on the environment that you were raised in. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you choose the same choices that she chose because you want better. All right. Just do better, baby, and then come back and teach her. If you don't want to learn, okay, well, just say, you know what? Thank you, Mom, for giving me life. Thank you, Mom, for putting me in an environment where I could actually succeed. And that's what I've done. So thank you. Then what will happen is that she will say, well, you're welcome. Sometimes people just want to be thanked for what they've done instead of told that they've made bad decisions. Just depends on what their thinking is. Is it natural to want to level up and want better for your future? Of course it is. I got to go in like 2 minutes, y'all. But guess what? I try to come back on this channel more often. I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for being good. And not too many asking questions from another channel. I put y'all the time out. But thank y'all. I appreciate you guys. Okay. How to be the baddest at your lowest before I the glow up? What? How to be the baddest at your lowest before you glow up? I don't even know what that means, child. Thank you, Siren. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Girl, the best thing I can tell you is get you some main character energy. I don't know if you mean the baddest, like a baddie, or bad like being bad or worse. Look, if you're trying to be a baddie, get you some main character baddie energy. That's all I can tell you. All right, I'll see y'all later. Bye.